Good morning, class. Welcome to day 3 of our Juniper SRX Boot Camp Security Training. Hope everyone had a good rest. Today we're going to be getting into the meat of the information. So we've talked in the last 2 days about Junos operating system and then a little bit about the Juniper routing. But today we actually are getting into the security itself. We're going to get the firewall, a little bit of hands-on. We'll be able to put actually our hands on the computer and interface with a real firewall. They're located out in Arizona. We're going to be dealing with a Juniper J2300 switch and an SRX 240. So those are the big devices you're going to be working on through our labs today. Well, let's get right into it. We did the overview of the chapters. So chapter 2 deals with Juniper architecture. And this is the first part of our security. In order to know the entire scenario that we're going to be dealing with and understand all the bits and pieces, it helps that we explain them at the beginning. And remember, just as in the other chapters, Juniper has the tendency to start with the theory, the big picture, explanation of how it might interact with us today. Then it begins to narrow down to some of the little more specifics, maybe some of the commands that we're going to see and why we're going to be using them. Eventually we'll get to the entire command structure with some of the output. And then behind that we'll go through some case studies and we'll finish up with a review. That's pretty much how they do with each chapter. So today, as we're talking about the architecture, we're going to tie in what we learned on some of the routing and filtering yesterday, and we're going to explain why firewalls in general have changed over the past 20 years. Where they were when packet filter inspection was invented 20 plus years ago by a team, including Nir Zook, who also is one of the fellows who helped develop the NetScreen, which now became the Juniper firewall. We'll talk about a little bit of the history in that, the SRX gateways themselves, and then how Junos, that we talked about on Monday, is really inherent in this SRX firewall. Then one of the most important things